The verdant tapestry of the forest is rarely a sanctuary of silent growth. It is a meticulously calibrated, hyper-lethal battleground where the shadows are sentient and the ancient primal magic of the wild demands a toll in blood. And in Eli, the razor-sharp, atmospheric, and lethally paced inaugural movement of Marc Alan Edelheit's Eli Chronicles, the archetype of the Elven Ranger is deconstructed into a cold, tactical instrument of survival warfare. Edelheit, the master archer and cartographer of this fern-choked, moon-drenched, and spellbinding odyssey, delivers a visceral, deeply intense, and soul-searing masterpiece that treats the life of a wilderness scout not as romantic wandering, but as a perilous, reality-anchoring necessity. This isn't a story of whimsical woodland frolicking. It is a rapid-fire, deeply intense plunge into the logistical nightmare of maintaining a foothold in a realm where the flora itself has a predatory agenda. The perilous collision between a desperate protagonist's search for duty and the absolute, unchecked malice of an ancient, earthbound entity that views mortal life as a contaminant to its ecosystem, and the terrifying truth that when you walk the path of the Ranger, you don't just patrol the borders, you synthesize a reality-stabilizing buffer against the encroaching, sanity-eroding void. Edelheit hooks the audience instantly by constructing a high-stakes, hyper-focused trap. A talented, disenfranchised scout, forced to defend their ancestral lands against a series of supernatural invasions, finds themselves bound to a legacy that requires the systematic, tactical manipulation of nature's own unrefined power to survive. The narrative center zeroes in on the protagonist's methodical, high-pressure descent into the wild stitching, a state of hyper-rational, magic-infused perception that forces them to parse the fundamental, reality-rewriting intent of their Ranger-aligned magic. As they traverse the oppressive, canopy-shrouded lanes of the frontier and the dangerously shifting, memory-saturated forests of the elven borderlands, they realize that their patrol is not merely an academic assessment, it is a systemic catalyst that is drawing the attention of the Blight, entities that hunt those who dare to master the greenery that consumes reality. The investigation into the sudden, coordinated disappearance of the kingdom's most skilled trackers quickly escalates into a dangerous, high-stakes tactical chess match as they discover that the sanctuary has been covertly funded by the very darkness they are working to keep at bay. Forced to juggle the logistical nightmare of managing a rapidly decaying, reality-bending research project, the constant, suffocating threat of archival erasure, and the mounting, undeniable encounter with the cost of their own burgeoning power, they must synthesize a new way of existing, one built on tactical linguistics, radical improvised spellweaving, and an unyielding, purely human refusal to let their truth be redacted by the forest's relentless, physics-enforcing machinery. Edelheit's writing style is unapologetically earthy, machine-gun fast, and saturated with an intense, authentic blend of Ranger arcane jargon, sharp, cynical, intellectual wit, and high-stakes environmental dread. He builds exceptional structural tension by pairing the mundane, aching routines of survival, cross-referencing tactical grimoires, deciphering forbidden, root-aligned texts, and enduring the quiet, crushing weight of constant, vigilant isolation with the chaotic, nightmare-filled assaults of the forest's truth-guarding entities. The story moves forward with a relentless, momentum-driven energy, turning routine analytical probes, calculated maneuvers through the village's secret moss-filled basements, and tense, high-stakes standoffs with lethal, logic-warping spirits into pulse-pounding steps closer to an inevitable, reality-defining confrontation. The presentation thrives on this sharp analytical focus, making every discovered anomaly, every executed reality stabilization command, and every deep-seated fear confronted feel like a high-stakes victory for the human spirit. What makes Eli an exceptional entry in the modern epic fantasy canon is Edelheit's unparalleled ability to develop a highly compelling, logic-driven ranger whose cognitive discipline is treated as a supreme navigational asset rather than a tragic, fading memory. Watch as they transform their experience with obscure, wilderness-bound data into a compass, learning to navigate the chaotic heavens to outmaneuver a power that operates with absolute, terrifying precision. As the structural walls of their reality begin to collapse, and the true scope of the Blight danger is exposed, the pacing transforms into a breathless, heart-pounding race to maintain the shred of truth they carry before their consciousness is permanently unstitched by the forest's relentless, physics-enforcing machinery. The final act is an absolute masterclass in suspense, delivering a barrage of explosive realizations, shattered paradigms, and a spectacular, jaw-dropping climax that completely leaves the reader thoroughly stunned. For fans of thrillers demanding a brilliant, character-driven, and masterfully paced exploration of physics and wilderness imperialism, this book delivers an unforgettable shock.